Hi, everyone. Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Okay, and then I just completed my 38th year coaching football as a defensive coordinator, but I've also been an offensive coordinator, a special teams coordinator, as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. Today, in this presentation, I want to talk to you about one of the two-man route concepts and how we defend it in our match quarters gray 4 coverage, okay, and that's called Florida. All right, so Florida, I'm going to actually skip to number 3. Florida is the smash concept. I'm guarantee it's 100% more always referred to as the smash concept. The reason we call it Florida, or I call it Florida, is because of Steve Spurrier when he was down at the University of Florida in 1989, and he introduced this smash concept out of respect and deference to Coach Spurrier. I refer to it as Florida for that reason. Okay? So Florida, or the smash concept, how do we defend against it in our gray Fortis match coverage? Okay? So our key terms here, we're going to talk about surface because it always begins and ends there. Reading number 2 tells you what to do, and today number 2 is running the corner route, 10 plus yards. This is a vertical. This, again, I mentioned smash concept. The detached outside linebacker, how they help defend this. The attached, same. The corners, what's meant by bait and sink. The safeties are now you're going to be introduced to our MOT principle. So the new terms here, bait and sink and MOT, relate to the defensive backs. MOT means man over 10. Okay, and bait and sink is going to be a way that we high-low cover that corner route in the smash concept. Okay? So, first of all, right, the personnel is 11 personnel. This has been done. I've seen it done with 10 personnel, 12 personnel, 13 personnel, right? 20 personnel, 2 back sets, okay, because you can get a nice 7-man protection and the 3-step concept. This is in the middle of the field. This is what we call a Gundalis pistol, okay, 2x2, okay. This is a left rip, which means the tight end's left, rip, pass strengths to the right, which will come into play a little bit. And again, this is what a 3-step concept. Sometimes it could be a 5-step, but it's not as effective. 3-step, quarterback gets the ball, boom, can stick it in the what they think is the void, right, in between the corner and the safety on both sides. But again, that's where our bait and sink comes in. So first of all, the surface, right? Surface. All 11 defenders are reading the surface, and the surface is offensive line and an attached end, in this case, the tight end. Okay, so again, I've said this before. When the quarterback's in the gun, heels at 4 or heels at 5, or even if heels are at 3, it's pretty much a catch and throw situation. So it's not likely that unless you've got a really tall defensive lineman that they're going to try and cut you. So I have it in the gun, okay? So there's more likely that the surface or the offensive line is going to what we call hard set, okay? Just literally set on the line of scrimmage at whatever depth of alignment they start at, okay, right there, instead of giving some ground because the pocket's going to be shorter because of the concept, right? So I'm going to start off over here, okay, with this number 2, and then work my way over to this number 2, the tight end, all right? So first of all, read number 2, tells you what to do. Remember, gray 4, inside, outside linebackers and all the DBs are reading and reacting to the number 2 receiver on their side. Surface to 2, right? Surface to 2, surface to 2, surface to 2, surface to 2, okay? Now, in addition to that, today, a corner route is a vertical, and it varies typically. It's not usually, the cut isn't usually before 10, but it could be a little bit, especially if it's down in the red zone area, right? But we're not in the red zone. This is the rest of the field. So just to acknowledge that. So when we talk about the smash concept, right? What makes it the smash concept? The number one receiver runs a hitch, a shorter hitch, maybe a 3-4 step pitch tops. He doesn't get really any deeper than 4 or 5 yards because that's going to kind of screw up the mesh and the spacing between the top of the corner route and the hitch, okay? Number two, if allowed, meaning unimpeded, again, the widest, unless we make a tag, which is in another presentation, the widest our detached outside linebacker will get is 5 yards from the offensive tackle. So there isn't going to be anybody there to get hands or get in the way of the release and stem of number two. So he's going to drive up the field. Again, remember, this is middle of the field now, okay? And we'll just say at 10 yards, he's going to break to the corner, okay? So let's start off with the outside linebacker, the detached outside linebacker. Surface 2, as he's expanding out to number 2. His eyes go to number 1. When he sees one's running a hitch with 2 vertical, it's the same thing as 1 coming into him. He cuts number 1, which is in front of him, right? Cut the window between the quarterback and the receiver. Cut 1. Okay, cut 1. So that's consistent. In each grade 4 concept, our outside linebacker is working out to number 1, okay, which sets up RPO coverages and variations of our different quarters. So what this enables to do, now remember, the cornerback here is 1/7 outside of number 1. He's got the 1 zit step and walk butt to boundary. So as he's walking butt to boundary and his eyes on number 2, he sees 2's vertical. Okay, he sees that 2's vertical. The bait, I'm going to skip down right now, the field corner and the bait is because he is walk pedaling butt to boundary, the quarterback thinks he can throw the corner route open to that void behind the corner. Okay? So what the corner's doing is he's walk pedaling with eyes on 2. He's also reading the indicator. So when that indicator points and it's slightly elevated, which says it's going to be a bit more of an arc under the football, when he sees the indicator up and that front hand come off, he now bursts to that void underneath the corner. That's the sink. That's the bait, and that's the sink. Sink under the corner. Sink under it. Sink under it. Okay? And the bait is simple. It's what he always does. 1 quick zit, walk pedal, butt to boundary means he's literally got his butt to the boundary so he can keep both 2 and 1 in his vision inside of him, back towards the football. Okay, bait and sink. Now the safety, in this case, man over 10, and then I'm going to get to the other side of the attached outside linebacker. The safeties, remember, they're at 12 versus 11 person, any one back grouping, okay? And they're sit and zit, surface, confirm. It won't be hard. Hard set, hi-hat, that'll be easy, okay? Eyes to 2, remember, surface to 2. As he's zitting, he sees 2's coming vertical, walk pedal. Anticipate. He's going to hit 10, and then it becomes MOT, man over 10 principles. But it is a walk pedal. And if number 2 is really screaming, now it becomes a walk to a little bit more of an up tempo. Okay? We always talk about tempo pedal, tempo pedal. Your tempo pedal matches the tempo, the speed of the receiver's release. Okay? Tempo pedal. So it always starts with a walk tempo. Remember, you got a 12-yard head start, right? Striking distance. If you are bailing out of there full speed like it's a backward run sprint, you're going to have so much space, it doesn't even matter if you're on the field. Okay, so let the receiver close the distance. And as he starts to close, and it varies with every defender, but he gets within 5, start picking up the tempo a little bit. Okay, again, 12-yard head start. And you could drill this in your everyday drills. I'll show it to you in a presentation known as Bird Dog. Okay? So now, you don't want to be 10 yards downfield, and now you got 10 yards in between, so it doesn't make a damn bit of difference that the corner bait and sank underneath because you're not nowhere near on top. Okay? So you let the receiver get up, and then he makes his break. You break 45 on that upfield shoulder. So if I'm running this away, okay, and I got my head back here to the quarterback, this shoulder here, right, is my upfield shoulder, right? Okay? So that's where I want to be. That's the high-low that's built into the way we defend it. Man over 10, you got zone leverage, you're dominant, which means you're on his upfield shoulder. Okay, you're slightly in front of him. You're not butt in front of him so he can cut behind you on a corner post, but you're on the upfield shoulder. You're a corner sinking underneath. High, low on the corner. Remember the goal in our match quarters. Make your throw to the shortest route in the concept. And if the back's fitting into protection, the hitch is the shortest route in the concept. Okay? Now, depending on how experienced your kids are, if you see the back's in protection and you want to ensure that the ball goes to the hitch, then we tell the corner, no bait and sink. Just on the snap, you read the smash, 2's vertical, you see the hitch, he's in protection. We say, get under it now. Burst under it. No bait and sink, burst now. Make the quarterback go, oh, damn, and make him throw to the hitch, okay? But to start things off, it's bait and sink. So now over to this side here with the attached outside linebacker. Okay, so the outside linebacker on the tight end in this case, number 2. Since he's running the corner out, he's going to outside release versus a head-up technique. That's what we've always seen. We've never seen a tight end go inside. Outside release, same route. When the number 1's off the ball, it's an even shorter route. Okay? So what ends up happening is because when he goes outside, that puts your attached outside linebacker, our rover, in inside leverage, he's now walled the vertical of 2 initially. He's only going to, remember, it starts with knockback, and we teach him hips turn, let him go. When he starts upfield, same concept. Outside linebacker is expanding to 1 with eyes on 1. He sees the hits, he cuts the hitch. So the wall is a very quick one. So remember, as a reminder, the difference between the detached and attached outside linebackers, the attached versus tight end, always starts with a knockback. Okay? Over here, though, the techniques of the boundary and the whip in this case, they're identical. Okay? 1 zip, walk pedal, butt the boundary. You read vertical, you see the hitch. when you see the offhand, when you see the indicator and the offhand come off, sink underneath the corner, walk pedal, he brakes, upfield shoulder, again, high-low on the corner routes, make them throw the hitch, okay? High-low on the corner routes, make them throw the hitch. I have it drawn up, mirrored, just to teach you how we handle with an attached and a detached. This is a quick-hitting play, either pre-snap or by design. The quarterback's going to only look at one side of the field. Okay, but again, the reason I have both is to teach you how we teach our attached versus our detached guy in space. Okay, and I didn't put them up here, but the inside linebackers, everything's the same. Running back 2, okay, he's yours, or key rush. Running back away, mirror. So the inside linebackers never changes unless 2's to him, which we showed you in our Dakota presentation. So as always, I hope you subscribe, okay? I hope if you have any questions, you reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com. I hope if you have any questions about how we defend two on a vertical in a smash concept, remember the vertical's not in a vacuum. We tie it in with a little hitch from number 1, making it the smash, how we defend it. Okay, again, 2-man route concept. The last thing I want to talk about before I say goodbye is a variation of smash, and it won't change how we defend it at all. This is the beautiful part. We have seen here and then come underneath. We still treat it like a smash route. He's going to expand, eyes to 1, he cuts it, and then he either pivots or baseball turns, and he stays under it. It's his guy. He's got number 1, okay? So there are variations, hitch, a little bit longer, not usually more than 5, shorter hitch, 1 underneath as if it were a clear route of sorts, okay? Does not change how we defend it. All right, it's a beautiful day. I hope you have a great day because I'd love to talk football with you.